Show of hands. How many of you have ever been to a hospital or a doctor because you got an injury or you got hurt? Right. You might recall that the doctor would have asked you to point where it hurts or walk for a few steps. Why? Because walking is an extremely complicated process. You would be surprised about how many muscles and nerve fibers it takes for you to take one single step. And because it is so complicated, if any part of your body is not working properly, or if you have a disease, it shows up in the way you walk. You may or may not realize this, but the doctor does. What if I tell you machines will be doing this in the future? As part of my research, I'm building an artificially intelligent machine which can look at the way you walk and diagnose you for injury or diseases like Parkinson's, arthritis, or stroke. Essentially, I'm building Baymax, the robot doctor. Motion capture technology, similar to the Xbox Kinect sensor, makes it possible for a machine to see in 3D for the first time, just like us humans. But now that a machine can see, can it diagnose Parkinson's? Not yet. For the same reason that you and me won't be able to diagnose Parkinson's, because we don't have medical training. And that is where artificial intelligence comes in. So what I did is I took the abstract concept of human walking and reduced it into a set of mathematical equations, numbers. I then projected these numbers onto 42 carefully designed dimensions. I then fed these dimensions onto a computer which has been trained on real patients to understand how a certain disease affects the way you walk and thus how it affects these numbers. This is the prototype of the machine that we have as of last week. You can see me and the hip patient walking on a treadmill while the computer diagnoses us with great accuracy just from the way we walk. When my research completes, human doctors and machines will be working together for better diagnosis and care of patients. Hundreds of hours, thousands of pounds, and millions of lives could be saved because of early detection of serious conditions like Parkinson's or stroke, from the care and comfort of your own home without even having to go to a hospital. This, my friends, is the future of medicine we are looking at.
Thank you, Vish. Questions? There's a question over there. Thank you very much.
It's amazing. I was wondering to what extent the sort of AI machine learning side has to be trained up on an individual patient prior to them developing some kind of condition.
Yeah, so we've trained the AI right now. So before that, I'll answer the one huge thing is about we need to get access to real patients' data. And we have collaborations with the Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge right now, from which we get the data about how people having hip problems walk. And that was one of the patients that you just saw. And we've trained it on 15 patients in the hip problem and 21 patients on the control group. And we've been able to achieve an 82% accuracy in being able to diagnose what exactly is wrong with the patient. As of now, with the current system of AI that we have, it's 82%. But as I'm talking right now, we recently got a new collaboration with a hospital in Florida. And as we speak, there's papers in progression to establish clinical trials in the York Hospital here, which will basically mean that the AI, the learning of the AI, will become 3 times as fast. And it's 82% accuracy right now. And my next step is to go and make the AI as sophisticated as I can, bearing the time and the funding and the power of the machine that we have. So as of now, to answer your question, 82% accuracy with the existing system, which is only going to improve in the future.
So we have a jury question first, please, and then there's a question at the back.
Hi, yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Great talk. Okay, so with your AI and your diagnosis, I can be more reliably detected that I've got Parkinson's, and it can be done much more quickly, but would I want an AI telling me that I've got Parkinson's in the first place?
Sorry, come again?
So, okay, so your algorithm can improve the detection and the reliability of the diagnosis.
Right.
But how is it going to replace the actual telling an individual that they've got a disease that needs to be managed and taken care of? What about the human element?
You take blood tests right now, right? And like if anyone has diabetes, you have this teeny tiny machine in your house, and you can prick and get a drop of blood out of that machine without having to go to a hospital. What that machine tells you is it gives you numbers. What is your WBC count? What is your RBC count? What is your platelet count? And a combination of these numbers means something. So the first part is the sensor, which the Kinect sensor that you saw. So that gives you numbers on the way you walk. And the AI gives you what combination of numbers potentially leads to which disease. I'll give you a short example. Ataxic. If you have cerebral ataxia, you will be walking like a drunkard. But if anyone sees you walking that way, the first assumption is that you're drunk. But no one will think about cerebral ataxia. What we're doing here is just from the way you walk, instead of giving you 100 different possibilities that you might have, we narrow it down to 1 or 2 possibilities. And then the final say, as of now, remains with the doctor. If he wants to proceed with testing into, digging deeper into what you actually have, or doing the range of tests that a doctor was going to do anyway. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
There's a question at the back, thank you.
How accurate the doctors were. 82% sounds pretty good to me. Are the doctors 100% or 75?
Yes. So as of now, we're working with Dr. Tom Stone from Cambridge and Dr. Mark Andrews here in York Hospital. And we're assuming they are the best. All of these comparisons are done because they've got amazing experience. They work in one of the biggest hospitals, and we've seen the track record. We've seen the patients, how they improve after being treated by these doctors. So yes, to answer your question, we're taking the doctor's judgment as ground truth, and then we're comparing what we get in comparison to what the doctors say. But yeah, the doctors are really good.
I know there are other questions, but we're taking 3 only, so thank you, Vish.